It's tournament time in the CAA, which means there's no better time to catch up with the man who lives for the madness of March, John Fanta. And John, the regular season's over, the bracket's out. Towson, UNCW, Charleston, and William & Mary have secured the top 4 seeds in a double bye into the quarterfinals. Give me a key for each of these teams to be able to cut down the nets on Tuesday night.
Towson, I think it's offense. I know that they're going to defend and rebound. I think we all know that. But Tyler Tejada, Dylan Williamson, and then can they get enough complementary shot making? I think Pat Scarry, what he's looked at with his team, he told me back in January he felt this was the best team to win a CAA tournament because they could have different offensive threats on different nights. Tejada's the star. Williamson lives for the spotlight. When Endatar can give them something good, and when others step up, watch out for the Tigers because, yes, they're the hunted. They have the 1 seed. They've had a remarkable year, but they do have what it takes. They're gonna have to get through Drexel. You know that if Drexel advances, which I think that they could in this tournament, don't sleep on the Dragons, Rob. They're kind of a dark horse in this. When I look at this bracket elsewhere, though, I think about UNCW and their toughness. What's it going to take for them? I just think locking things down defensively because they've been one of the best scoring teams in this conference. Donovan Newby, Bo Montgomery. This is a team that's really dangerous, to say the least. So for UNCW, it's actually a matter of them locking teams down defensively, getting enough stops. But I love them. I love what they can do. I think that they're a dangerous team, no question about it. UNCW on their best day, Rob, I think their best day is the best in this league. Now they got to package it together for a week, and we have to see if they can do that. You turn to Charleston. Well, in their particular bracket, where things lie, if they were to meet Monmouth, the first key would be you better find an answer to Abdi Bashir. Because if you let Abdi Bashir and Madison Durr get going, Monmouth could be this year's Stony Brook, what Stony Brook was the tournament last year. So if I am Charleston, you got to play through Ante Berzovic. You need Darian Boyd to knock down some shots. You need Daywell Tavares to do so as well. I think that when you look at Charleston, they're a team that talent-wise, they stack up well with anybody, Rob. But they've got to be tough. To win a championship in a conference tournament, you got to be tough. And then William & Mary, impose your pace, impose your will. I think this is where, the Dorsey brothers have to step up and make plays. They've got to find enough in the post, but they need to make their playing style a nightmare in Washington, D.C. and say, you're going to have to play our game. Rob, for a tight turnaround in a conference tournament, I wouldn't have to be preparing for Brian Earl's chaotic style. I think it could crash the party in Washington.
John, we've talked about there. You've already touched on Drexel and Monmouth. There's certainly some teams further down the standings who entered the tournament playing very well, including those two. As you touched on, we saw Stony Brook reach the finals of the 7th seed a year ago. Give us some teams that you think have a really good chance to make a similar run this year.
Well, I think we just talked about it with Monmouth because I think King Rice's team has found a way to get some stops, but they can really score it when they're in rhythm. They get to the free throw line as well, and they make their free throws. Madison Durr had a 19-for-19 game earlier this year from the stripe. Abdi Bashir is an absolute stud. But it comes down to more than just those two guys. I think when Jack Collins knocks down some threes, it opens everything up. Remember when Drexel won this conference championship a few years back, 21. Zach Spiker told me we found three-point shooting. You're going to need Jack Collins to knock down some shots. In a similar vein for Drexel, if Drexel's going to make a run in this championship, and I think they're dangerous, Rob. Like they rolled past Charleston a little bit ago. They've come up with other big wins along the way. Why? They defend and rebound. And Colby McGee is an all-out stud. He really is. He plays the game at a very high level. And when Yame Butler gets cooking as well, and they find enough point guard play from Deuce Drake, yes, Drexel can crash the party. Yes, they can take down the 1 seed. I think Towson, they've been the best team in this league. But, Rob, we don't call it the madness for nothing. Anything can happen. And maybe Pat Scarry will be showing me talking about why Drexel could be a threat to his team in the film room. I'm sure he might because he always finds ways to motivate his team. But that's this league. It's highly competitive no matter who's playing who. I think Hampton's dangerous. I think they've shown flashes. I really do. I think that Ivan Thomas has done a great job in year one. I think that Campbell You know, they're just on the outside of that top four. But Rob, when you can show up and say, we've got Kobe Dugan and you don't, watch out. And then Elon with their height, with Sam Sherry, with the different weapons that they have, that's an Elon Phoenix team that, because of the Simpkins brothers, I love TK, watch out for the Phoenix. They're another team that could certainly do it. There are a number of candidates. What I know is this: the Coastal Athletic Association Men's Basketball Championship is going to be phenomenal.
John, a great breakdown as always. Just thanks for your time all year long, and enjoy March and all the excitement it brings.
CAA fans, you've got a heck of a league. It's going to be a great championship. I can't wait to grab my popcorn and watch it all with you. It's anybody's ball game in DC. It's going to be a lot of fun.